Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction to Deathnote. It is episode 16, and as always, if you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the parentheses dot parts with real dots, and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. To those that came back, welcome back. Now, I checked the beginning because I was a little bit confused. I thought that maybe, just maybe, Light gave the wrong Death Note to Rem, but he didn't. He gave the one that belonged to him. So, in this moment when it happened, it left this world, I guess, kind of. We know that Misa forfeit the Death Note. She got rid of it, and does Light still have it? That was not complete at this moment, so it had to be in the hands of Rem, and he had to kind of fly away with it, whatever. And then it triggered the effect that Misa forgets everything, Miss Amane, right? So, as we've seen in this episode, she then completely forgot everything that was connected to it. Strangely enough, she still remembers Light because he is her love. And I guess kind of what they did together, but possibly I'm suspecting not everything that is connected to the Death Notes. So it's a weird mix there due to love. Interesting for me would be when Light forgot stuff now. Does he remember Misa? Because it was said that the love part stays because it is so strong, right? He does not love her, so... And everything with her was connected with the Death Note for him, so did he forgot her? It's a bit squishy there, you know? It's a bit unsure. If so, and Elle would find out about that, that would be an indicator again. What Light did, however, is he made sure that... in a moment he wants to, Ryuk will get rid of the book, thus he will lose all his memories, and that's where his plan is focused on, to get become innocent, to not remember anything, to behave differently, and I think that is a major thing here. The question is he playing only on the innocence card? Because I think that's a bit weird, because there would be no killing then, right? Or is he playing on the completely changed in behavior card? The idea that Elle will realize the change in behavior as well, and will believe that he is kind of innocent because he was used by something, and that it went away like it did with Misa. And thus he has to search for a new person now who owns these powers. I am not sure. I can completely understand the position of Elle now, who's confused. I mean, seriously, I'm as well. Because what is he trying there? And will Elle kind of believe that that it worked like that? That the power jumps to another person, you know? Because then you could guess that the first Kira and the second Kira did not exist at the same time, meaning the first Kira lost his power and it went to the second, which was Misa, but then Kira changed as well here, so I mean, Light, it's all very, very confusing for me as well now. I'm not completely sure. However, what is the big question for me is, how will Light make sure to get the book back? I mean, sure, Ryuk could tell him, but will he? I mean, he cannot see him anymore, right? Because he did give up this powers. What I think about as an option is that he kept some of the papers, and if you touch them, you can see, right? And maybe the memory comes back then, or he may have made notes, which is a dangerous thing because Elle could find them. I am really not sure. So, I'm a bit confused about this episode and what is going on as well. it's a harsh thing to see that the father is willing to be bound as well, to be kept in prison. Miss Amana, I'm very sorry for. I mean, she's a weird girl, no question, but 15 days. I mean, that's too weak, and she's bound completely. Just saying, she completely lied not. So, I mean, she is in a way worse position than Light is. Seriously. And it must be freakingly problematic for her. I mean, she's possibly very afraid there. The big question is for me, however, how did the kills happen in the end? Because those names on the list were those that Light could not have known about, and he's visioned all the time, so he is supervised. So those kills, the kills of the last 2 weeks combined, right, had to be done by someone else. And I kind of ask myself how it happens. I mean, what I can think about is that Light prepared something. So he prepared, I don't know, 100 kills and just left spaces for the names. And had that prepared to be filled out, like he did with Ray Penba, where with this one filled the blanks without knowing it, right? And now you need someone who writes down the names of all the criminals in the last weeks. How do you get someone to do that without looking what he's writing down? Or is it maybe something like automated? I mean, we are living in modern science times, so you could program something that is a computer that is checking the internet for the connections of criminal and their names, and then just prints out those names. Like, just a program, right? And it prints this out on the empty spaces. I think you could do something like that. It is generally possible. I don't think that is what he did. I guess he used another person for it somehow. I don't know, however, how. It's interesting. A good question there. I look forward to see the answer to it. Because apart from that trick, I don't see why anyone else who gets this book would kill the people of the last 2 weeks that are criminals, like the old Kira did. Unless it is such a fanatic and he knows he has to do it, he or she. How should he or she, unless Ryuk told him? That would involve a lot more action from Ryuk than is normal, and Ryuk would have not only to throw away the book, but he would have to give it to someone specifically. And that is too much action from his side. I don't think so. So I go with the idea of that Light prepared a list and someone else filled in the blanks. The question is who and how, as I said. We got the information this time. If you forfeit your book, you have 490 days to get it back. So possibly that will be what's about to happen somewhere in the next episodes. And I think it's kind of likely that Ryuk wants it to happen because he may try to hide it, but he really adores what Light is doing. I mean, that's because it's awesome in his view, and I can see that. The whole I may be Kira plot of Light was very clever. So he got a lot of sympathy from the others. He got some more informations. They just threw it at him. But he kind of, while doing it, put it to L, because L did kind of the same thing in the past by telling him, "Hey, I'm Light, I'm L, and you cannot do anything now." So he kind of did the same, and put everything in question. And if it works out, and it seems like he may get out of it more neither completely. So it is a clever move, but it takes a lot of energy and willpower to do it. I mean, just remember sitting 15 days there and trying to hide it, just doing nothing and be bored to death. And That is a harsh one. Really is. But it is one that will likely get him out of it, and Misa as well, as he promised to Rem. And it will get his father shaken up, as we know now, but completely on his side as well again. That was a gutsy plan, no question there. We will see how it turns out, and what L will try to think about it. And we will see how he gets his book back and what he did. That's it from me this time. As always, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.